Hey, YouTube, we're back. We're back with the extra special episode. And I do mean extra special because I got my special guest here, Mike.
Special guest Mike.
Yeah, and he's brought...
Absolute.
Yeah, he's brought some of his books. And some of the books I guess he's collected over the last... Is it a year or two?
It's been a couple years, and, you've seen me in some of the videos, in some of your footage and stuff like that. It's been, I'm at the cons with you, right?
Yeah.
So this is some of the stuff that I grabbed while you've shown off your stuff. I want to show off some of mine.
Cool. Now, we've done a couple episodes here where we've done mostly modern age stuff.
Modern age stuff, but this is the con stuff, man. This is the stuff that, this is what we go for, man. This is the gold, baby.
So what are we going to do today? About 16 books in total?
16 books in total, and oh man, I'm just so happy with what I have. Really am.
Cool.
So we're going to start with this one. This is Action Comics number 346. February 1967, cover artist Curt Swan.
Now, I'm looking at the book. It's in pretty good condition.
It's pretty good condition. I've got it rated at 8.5. It's probably a little lower than that. At 8.5, it's $90. But still, I mean, I paid $15 for this. It was a steal. Actually, you had it in your hand, and you're like, and I just said, "Oh, if you don't want that, I'll take it."
Yeah,
I'll take it, man. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was one of these books. We had limited funds.
That's a great deal. Yeah.
So an 8.5, this is worth what, about $90? Yeah. Cool.
But I don't think it's quite an 8.5. It's maybe a little lower, but it's close.
Oh, it's a nice book. That's for sure.
Just, and how old is that? That's 47 years old.
Yeah,
man.
February
Look
67. Yeah, it's going back a while.
White pages inside. That's just gorgeous. I'll actually opened that up and read it. Oh, gorgeous.
Cool.
That's that one.
Yeah, X-Men number 153.
No, 53.
Oh, sorry, 53.
Oh, yeah, that's a low number.
I love that book. Now, you got this at the Comic-Con as well? Do you remember which one?
This was at the last Comic-Con.
Like the Fan Expo? Or?
At the Fan Expo, and prices were a little skyrocketing there.
Yeah, just a bit.
We started noticing that in Niagara Falls. There was some mispriced stuff. But this one, I think this guy, like it took me, like you were doing your Stormtrooper stuff, and I was just trying to find the vendor that had, good fair stuff. And what I think with this guy, his prices were fine, but I think he was a little low on his grading. So his grading, I mean, that's what I price stuff at, but I think it's actually a little higher than that. But so, this is a cover by Barry Smith, who worked with Mike Esposito, I think, for 40 years or something like that, right?
No, I don't know if it was 40 years, but they'd work together on this one.
They worked together on this one anyway. So at a 6.0, that's an $84 book.
Yeah.
And the only thing, that's the thing, the stamp, if the stamp wasn't there, that would be mint. It would be mint. I mean, there's no breakage on the spine whatsoever. The pages are white. It's perfect book.
Yeah, I was looking at it. If it wasn't for that stamp, that would be probably about a 9.4, 9.6.
But just drop it down to a 6.0, which I think is probably a little higher than that. But anyway.
It's a beautiful book. X-Men number 85.
Yeah, it's from December 1973. And the thing about this is a little bit of a story of this. I bought this dirt cheap. I think I paid $10 for it. Reason being is that it's actually, I very carefully put it back into the bag and board to make it look so nice, but it's actually a broken book.
Really?
It's completely busted up. It's a 3.0. I paid $10 for it. It's probably worth about $17.60 or $17.50. Near mint, it would be $160.
Yeah, I was going to say, for a book that low, I mean, wow, that's old.
When I pulled this out of the bin, I mean, you looked at me and said, "Why are you buying that?" The entire corner here was completely folded up. The first 9 pages were folded up. And when I took it out of the bag at home, holy smokes, the entire back has been scotch taped, and even that was all bent up. It's almost like someone fooled him when he bought the book.
Yeah.
He paid a little too much for it, and he got PO'd and just jammed it in there and said, "That's it, $10."
Yeah. Well, for $10, you can't
and you
go
know
wrong.
what? I've got '86 as well, so it was like a little bit of a run that I can
Yeah.
read. So it's
You can
awesome.
always upgrade it later too,
Oh,
right?
Well, it'll be my reader, and I'll get a nice one later. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Batman number 247. Nice book.
Oh, February 1973. Cover is Dick. Let me get this right. Giordano.
No, I think it's pronounced Giordano. Dick Giordano.
Giordano. Sorry.
He did a lot of work for DC Comics over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rate this at a 6.8. Or at least the guy who sold it to me did. I think it's probably a little nicer than that.
Yeah.
Thing about the Batmans is that for all the cons that we've gone to, this was the first year that I've seen decent looking Batmans. So I went nuts. I bought like 4 or 5. I think I have 5 here, and I think you bought like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I bought those 2 first appearances, the
Because
minor first appearances.
Every Batman that I've seen at the con, they were just really rough. They were all, you could see the wrinkles on the
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
on the
Well, that's the thing.
spine busted, everything. It was just, these were the first set of nice ones, and I was just like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, that's the thing. It's not tough to find Batmans, but it's tough to find them in good condition,
Good condition.
at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that cover. That's beautiful.
And I'm going to feature a few of these Batmans because it's funny. I've got a friend at work. I wore my Batman shirt to work, and he's looking at me like, oh, Dark Prince. and you know what? Here's the thing is that I understand what he's talking about. There's 198 people that could take that wrong. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
funny.
Now, how
Anyway.
about the price? Is that what you paid for it? 30? Was it $30?
The price, I think we paid 15% less than that. So, I mean, you know, and that's a $68 book right there.
Yeah,
6.0.
Yeah, 6.0. Yeah.
And what do I have to pay? 30 for it or something like that?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
less than $30? I mean, that's a steal.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one. The other ones come in close. You know, I got maybe 15% off, but for some reason the Christmas specials or the holiday specials
Yeah.
throughout the whole gamut seem to they're a good deal.
Yeah,
Snatch them if you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Batman number 285.
March 1977, cover Jim Aparo. I give this about a 7.5. It's worth about $15.50.
Yeah, it's amazing what we found quite a few of these Batmans at the Fan Expo, and I remember correctly, this vendor was giving us 15% off. So
Yeah,
whatever you're seeing, anytime you see this price tag here with
it's
the
about 15% off.
yeah,
of
about
that.
15% off of that.
It's nice, and not only that, but I mean, in the last 2 years, I'm just going to reconfirm, every Batmans that we've seen were really rough shaped. These are really presentable, really nice covers. First time I've seen them like this, I went all over them. So did you.
Yeah, and I think it's the
How
first
could you
time I
not?
actually tried to start. Like, I have a terrible Batman collection. I've just
so do I.
recently started working on it.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's so popular.
Yeah.
So.
And now we're moving a little bit farther back in time here. We're down to Batman number 271.
Yeah, January 1976.
That's a nice
Dick-
25-cent cover,
Again,
eh?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Dick Giordano. You have real trouble with that last name,
I'm
eh?
having trouble
Cover.
with that last
Yeah.
name, and it's an Italian name. I
Yeah.
should know that.
Yeah,
Damn.
Giordano did a lot of work
You
for
know,
Batman.
This is rated at the vendor rated it at 8.5. I think it's probably a little higher than that. I mean, it's not bad, so it's fair value. $22.50 is what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I got 15% off, so not much, but I mean, like again, you don't see many of them. Grab them.
Yeah, but you
Just
look at the
grab 'em.
cover. Look at the spine and look at the corners. There's
And look
not a
how
whole lot.
white that is compared to the board. I mean, come on.
It's a nice book.
Preserve that for 20 years. Come on.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, and we're moving forward in time again. Batman number 301.
Is that January 78? I
Yeah.
got this at about a 9.0. Sure, it's only worth about 14 and a half bucks. But it is just gorgeous. That is a 9 all the way.
Yeah.
All the way, it's a 9.
There's not a lot wrong with that book, that's for sure.
This was at the last con. I mean, I literally had to spend hours going through different vendors to try to find someone who had decent stuff.
Now again, this is the same vendor that gave you the 50. So you can see, you got 15% off that, right? So
Yeah.
$15 minus what?
Yeah, we really hit up on this
13.
guy.
Well, 13 bucks maybe.
There's other guys there that we know. There's stores that we visit, the whole 9 yards, and we have a relationship with them in the whole 9. But this guy was he
Had
was
the best stuff that day anyway.
at
Yeah.
that day. I mean, you go for what you can get. That you know,
Cool, cool.
oh, can't go wrong.
Wow, this is a real nice book. Wow, Mike. Aquaman number 11. That's going back a while, eh?
Oh yeah, 1963, Nick Cardy. First appearance of Mira. Now I bought this at this was at the
Niagara Comic Con.
Niagara Comic Con, and this is before the announcement of Aquaman in any kind of movie or whatever, or rumors thereof. $20 I paid for that at 6.5. And that's a 6.5 all day long. $84.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's just gorgeous. And you know what? I've seen it many times in other vendors. Nothing compares to that. That's the nicest one.
Now, as you can tell by the logo here, this obviously denotes Big B Comics.
Big B.
Now, we've been buying a lot of stuff off Big B, but have you noticed, like, at the last couple conventions,
They've
the
not
prices are
showed
gone up. Yeah. Well,
In
they were-
Hamilton, was it Hamilton? In Hamilton, they had a lot of Spideys.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring any Spideys this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but and I grabbed a lot of Spideys. So there's some nice Spideys. I have obviously more than these books, but yeah, I mean, in the last convention in
Because Big B, I always shop at Big B.
we always go to there. They didn't have the $20 bin at all at the last.
They didn't, and it's the first time at this year's Fan Expo. I don't think I bought anything off Big B.
No, I didn't. I didn't
And
either.
so-
They didn't have it.
yeah,
they didn't have
they-
the $20 bin. They weren't. You know, they had a $20 bin, and used to be like stuff like this,
Some
and then if
really
not, it'd
good
be like
deals.
high grade,
Yeah.
like some higher number Supermans and higher number Amazing Spider-Mans and stuff like that. But you know that would grow into
Yeah.
value,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they didn't have that bin at
Yeah.
all.
Mhm.
It was gone. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Marvel Superheroes number 1.
Wow, this
Wow.
is from October 1966.
It's one of your favorite books, isn't it?
This is an upgrade of the book that I had as a kid, sent up from Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm.
Every kid in my neighborhood has read this book,
Yeah.
and it's got the first appearance. It's got Daredevil, the entire Daredevil number 1.
Number
in
1
there.
story. Yeah. Yeah.
It's got all kinds of stuff in there. It's got there's a page and a half scripted of Winter Soldier. Oh, that's DC, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, but Winter Soldier is Captain America.
Captain America.
Is there a Captain America story in there?
There's a Captain America story in there. It's got all kinds of stuff in there. It's just a supersized book,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great read, and it's Marvel's first one shot.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the book, and it's incredibly beautiful condition.
Oh, this is easily 9.4.
Yeah.
And this is a very expensive book now. This is $175 all day long.
Yeah, yeah.
And even CG Seed, the entire run, the staples are off, and even CGC recognizes that, and
They don't take it into consideration when grading. Yeah.
yeah. So it is an expensive book. It's fun. It's funny. The guy was talking to me at the con. This was at the Toronto Con, but the year before last. So, and he was saying all day long we can sell these raw, but no one wants to buy the CGC, and yet
Yeah.
it's the same book.
Mm-hmm.
I guess people want to read them. Where else are you going to see the Daredevil number 1? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah. Well, just to get this straight, a reprint of the Daredevil number 1 story.
reprint of Daredevil.
But it's a great book. I love it, Mike. It is beautiful.
Yeah, and it's again Marvel's first one shot. They have
Yeah.
many after that. So